Hi, I'm Jack Duffy. Thanks for listening to our presentation. I'm representing the WickedWhisperers today. And our team consists of myself, I'm the voiceover guy, Anjum, the creative designer, Harbin's our number cruncher, Lee, our reference seeker, and Jenny, the detailer. As you can see, we don't really have any assigned formal roles. We're all pretty hands-on, and we'll just do whatever necessary to get the job done. So, I think you all know the Wicked problem, seeing as we've been working on it all semester, but as a reminder, it was how to reduce household waste and increase sustainable consumption. And our Wicked idea is to make adjustable garden pots using the metal coat hangers that you get from your dry cleaners and teaming it up with used plastic bags. How did we come up with this idea? Well, we started by doing our research to try and better understand the problem, and we found something fairly interesting, or at least we thought it was pretty interesting. And that was that an estimated 3.76 billion bags, or 20,700 tonnes of plastic, are disposed of in landfill sites throughout Australia every year. So just to put that in perspective, that's 7,150 recyclable plastic bags into landfills every minute, or 429,000 bags every hour, remembering that's in Australia alone. During this exploration process, someone in our group mentioned how many coat hangers from dry cleaners they had lying around the house that they were going to dispose of. And we could all relate to this, and this led us to our idea to tackle the Wicked problem. The principle of our concept is the garden pot will grow for your plant. And our research to date shows us that there's nothing like this on the market. Now, I'm going to show you a video here. The sound's not working on the recorder, so I'm just going to kind of speak over it. And as you can see, it's a bit of a demonstration just to help you understand what our concept is. So it's going to start with that pear-shaped concept there, number one. And then as the plant grows, it's going to expand out into a more V-shaped shape there in number two. So that's the basic idea of what we're trying to achieve here. Now this is our BMC, so it's our business model canvas for what we think our for-profit business will look like. And we'll look into this canvas in a bit more detail later on in the presentation. Just wanted to put it here, and now let's talk about how we got this result. So after watching maybe hundreds of videos and links shared by Jonathan, maybe not quite that many, but they're all very enjoyable. The research that really influenced our minimum viable product and subsequent business model canvas were Michael Porter's concept of customer shared value. This helped us decide on a for-profit venture, as it's more likely to be sustainable over a longer term. Now, remembering that the customer shared value concept, or under the customer shared value concept, all parties benefit because it's a capitalist methodology. The story of stuff, which discussed planned obsolescence and perceived obsolescence, thereby motivating us to create something that was durable with a minimal carbon footprint. The lean startup, there's been a lot of talk about this one. The key concepts of having something that was customer focused from the very inception, something that was agile, something that was appealing, in that if our selected idea, which was one of about 23 ideas, failed, we could adapt quickly or change our concept. So using this lean startup concept, we decided on our minimum viable product. We wanted to create something that could be used by everyone, something that would appeal to the masses and not restrict someone who wasn't tech savvy. We also wanted a product that would allow us to market it widely and allow us to tap into and utilize resources ranging from our ever-increasing aging population through to school children. Once we decided, we took our product concept to market, if you like. And by market, I mean we took it outside of our own house. We started asking family, friends, and other members of the community on their insight on our minimum viable product, which we then collated and reviewed under the design thinking process. Here's the design thinking process, just as a reminder for everyone. And this kind of shows you how we ended up coming up with our value proposition to a degree. So we knew the problem, we did our research, we had an idea, and I think that scribble up the top really is a great representation of our research and ideation process. Represents it perfectly. But how do we get from this research to our value proposition? So what you can see on the slide now is just a small sample of ideas that were generated within the design thinking process, the brainstorming process. To recap, we've attempted to understand the problem from different perspectives, right? So you'll remember back to one of the earlier slides, using research of waste online and also just our own day-to-day lives, our knowledge of the coat hangers. And then we attempted to create a product that would help solve a problem for the end user. And we did this through the ideation process and also through a visual thinking process, as you can see on this slide. And we mixed this thinking with a real emphasis on customer and how we would provide them with value, And this then led to our value proposition. Based on our initial idea of manufacturing adjustable garden pots from 100% recyclable material, we came up with our first value proposition. Adjustable pot plant holders made from recyclable coat hangers and plastic bags. Now, we thought this was pretty good. We thought it clearly defined the product we wanted to deliver. However, after viewing Steve Rankel's video on the value proposition, we realised that this didn't exactly have the seat of the pants effect. It wasn't really very captivating. So we need to sharpen it up. We needed to see the product from the customer's perspective and rephrase the value proposition so that it not only captured our customer's problem, firstly of unwanted coat hangers and plastic bags, and secondly of an agile, lightweight, sturdy pot made from 100% recycled materials. But we wanted our VP to tackle this issue bearing in mind the wicked problem we're addressing in a short, succinct manner that our target customers could easily relate to. So we also realised that pot plant holders, it didn't really describe the product we had in mind, as it gives the impression that the product is designed to hold a plant pot, but our product is meant to replace the pot. It's intended to hold the plant and grow with it, therefore eliminating the need for the customer to replant as the plant grows. So based on this, we updated our value proposition to adjustable garden pots made from 100% recyclable materials. This defines the product as well as identifies how we are addressing the wicked problem. Now that we have our value proposition, we turn our attention to the remaining 8 building blocks. So I'm going to really quickly talk at a very high level about these remaining 8 blocks. Feel free to read while I'm talking, see what we've got in each block. I won't go through them all. I just want to say that a lot of this info that we've produced here was based on Osterwalder's work. We found that really assisted us in building our BMC around our value proposition. So I've mentioned our value proposition. Let's go through the rest. We'll move very quickly through our BMC from left to right. Let's start with key partners. So there's a few there, as you can see. Some are related to providing the material that we're going to need, through to our potential end users in our councils and schools. We want to form some relationships there. Key activities. So first off, we have to collect our materials. So we have to get the dry cleaners, the coat hangers from the dry cleaners and the plastic bags. We need to produce the pots. Clearly, that's a key activity, and marketing as well. Marketing of the finished product. So although we're taking a no-frills approach based on the St. Gallen Business Model Navigator, because this is a new concept and we really do believe marketing is essential to initiate a change in customer buying habits when it comes to buying the garden pot. Key resources. So I'll give an example from each of the 4 categories. A physical resource that we'll have is our manufacturing site. A human resources resource would be our staff. A financial resource that we will use will be a government grant. And finally, an intellectual resource would be the patent for the design. Customer relationships. So we've decided on a two-pronged approach here: dedicated personal service and communities. And we really feel like when we're looking into our customer relationships, well, how would we get best value for customer acquisition, customer retention, and upselling? And we decided these two type of relationships would really help with our business model. Customer segments. We've identified 2 key customer segments. First, our inner city residents and businesses with limited green space. And secondly, we're aiming to target educational and vocational platforms such as schools. Channels. Our main channel will be online via an e-commerce type model. However, we will branch out with face-to-face sales in, say, information or educational sessions that we plan to run. Cost structure. So we're taking a value-driven approach. We really believe our product offers value to customers by being versatile, lightweight, sturdy. You don't have to replace it. It's great for the environment. So rather than competing on price, we're certainly going to be competing on value. We see our variable costs being the production side of things, production, logistics, marketing expenses. Infrastructure and salaries will be fixed costs. But we believe we'll have an economy of scope where bulk sales will reduce our fixed costs per item and make us more profitable. Last but not least, revenue streams. So we're going to be aiming for direct sales, and we'll be looking for government grants to kickstart the business. Conclusion. Okay, so where to from here? Well, now that we have our BMC complete, it'll be time to move on to hypothesis testing. So every component of that BMC that you just saw is a hypothesis, and we need to test those. So for example, if we believe a customer segment is going to be schools, we need to go away and design an experiment that will allow us to test that and that will give us insight. And if we learn that the hypothesis is not quite right, then we've failed fast, and we can adapt and change up our BMC. Thanks for your time, and I really hope you enjoyed listening to our presentation.